Before we listen to the second or the New Testament readings, let's spend a moment thinking about the title to this message. And then let's think for a moment about a couple of lessons and questions from the Ruth reading. So, first, the title. The title to this reflection is Wrestling with the Absolutes, Part 1. There are absolutely no absolutes. So originally the title was that second part. There are absolutely no absolutes. That's where I started out. But as I dug into the readings and I reflected upon life in general, I just couldn't maintain that certitude. What I recognized was some of the things I used to think were absolute or absolutely true. With the passage of time and the changing of minds, I recognize they are no longer, or perhaps maybe never even were, absolutely true. Thus the title, Wrestling with the Absolutes. And I encourage you to wrestle too. One of the places we can begin wrestling is with that reading from Ruth. So here are a couple of lessons and questions inspired by the reading. And the first question isn't even really about Ruth, but about the larger body of work that Ruth belongs to. And that would be the Hebrew Bible. So the Hebrew Bible is also called the First Testament or the Old Testament. I guess its name isn't absolute. Anyway, here's the question. How many female characters are named in the Hebrew Bible? Or maybe if this is easier or more relevant, how many female characters can you name? Feel free to hit pause if you need to. How many female characters are named in the Hebrew Bible? I sat with a group of more than 100 church folk this past week, via Zoom, of course. We were given 3 minutes to answer that question, and the instructions were to type, write out all the names of the female characters you could remember in chat, and then we submitted our chats at the same time. The person with the longest list could name 21 female characters that are named in the Hebrew Bible. The answer to the question, how many female characters are named in the Hebrew Bible, is 111. There are 111 female characters named in the Bible. Do you think it might be a good idea for us to wrestle with reading the First or the Old Testament again? So that's the question. Now for the lesson. And the lesson is your opportunity to wrestle with the absolutes. During this next week, reread that passage. And notice who is named, notice who is not named. Notice the role of women, notice the role of men. Notice the values that are specific to that community. Notice especially those that are new to you, maybe different. Which ones are uncomfortable? Allow yourself to notice and to wonder how much of what you read in that passage is absolute. Allow yourself to notice God's message for you. And as we listen to the choir's song, Enter into the Realm, and then we move on to the next two readings, again, I invite you to wrestle with those absolutes. Notice which ones speak and resonate with you.